all this grief you're getting for the hashtag GCP.
There we go. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work without you guys. So I'm getting set up for game day here. We got less than 2 hours. I'm in the weeds because I'm a little behind. Had to go to the store this morning and take care of some business, but we're getting set up for our live stream coming up for the Eagles versus the Washington football team, and can't wait. Interesting story. You know, it's funny, and my wife said, well, you need to go ahead and do something about this stuff. It kind of drives me crazy because I will talk about things on my channel, and give it to you guys, and people will say to me, well, you're not an expert. You don't work for NFL Network. You're not credible. What do you know? You're just Joe the fan, doing broadcasts from your broke-ass media site in your basement. And it's like, yeah, okay, which is true. It's true. I don't work for ESPN. I don't work for NFL Network. I don't have the credentials and stuff. But things I tell you, though, they're usually not very far off. Because, for example, let me give you an example. Jason Lockenfora ended up posting, an article, CBS Sports today, that says Dak Prescott is probably. Let me rephrase it. Let me make sure I get it right. The Dallas Cowboys are preparing to franchise tag Dak Prescott. Like, that's some breaking news. That is earth-shattering. If you actually watch the Joe Boo Sports Report, if you actually listen to me, I believe earlier in the week I said that exact same thing. I said, and I gave you the reasons behind it. I hadn't talked to anybody in Dallas, okay? I hadn't, Jerry Jones hadn't whispered in my ear and said, Mark, you and Joe Boo Sports Report, we're going to give you the lowdown here. We're going to go ahead and start getting ourselves together to franchise tag Dak Prescott because, well, that seems like the prudent thing for us to do right now. It seems like the wise thing to do, and so on. No, I came to that assumption because here's the thing. From the time they said it looks like the window for Dak Prescott to heal is 4 to 6 months. Right now we're in the middle of October, right? November, December, January, February, at the soonest, he'll be back to 100. But it could end up being March or April. So the problem for the Cowboys, of course, this is where it makes sense, is they have one of two options come the end of February. Either you put a franchise tag on him, okay, you put the franchise tag on him, in which case other teams can't talk to him, or you sign him to a long-term deal. Well, if you've got a quarterback who is coming back from breaking his ankle, understand that breaking your ankle is not a career killer, unless you end up having complications, an infection or something like that happens to you, like Alex Smith. Alex Smith's return wouldn't have been so long had he not gotten an infection, in which case they had to continue to keep working on his leg to get him right. That was the problem. It wasn't the spiral fracture itself. It was everything that happened because of the spiral fracture. So there's a little bit of a difference there when you're talking about what happened with him versus where Dak Prescott is. I got to work while I'm talking here. Sorry. So you have to look at it from a different standpoint with Dak Prescott. However, there's nothing out there that's fully guaranteed, and certainly not contracts in the NFL. So for the Cowboys, the best thing they can do is use the franchise tag, which is common sense. And I wouldn't be mad at the Cowboys for using the franchise tag on Dak Prescott. That's the smart business thing, because what using the franchise tag will do for you is it will give you time to evaluate Dak Prescott without actually committing anything. Because come February, if you're talking about a $160 million plus or a $39, $40 million contract, you got to be sure that that leg is completely healed. And there's no guarantee that you're going to find out because the workouts don't start until March. He's not going to be working with the team doctors and stuff before then. You won't be able to have time to evaluate it. So from the standpoint of the Dallas Cowboys, you put the franchise tag, you can always rescind the franchise tag as late as July 15th unless he signs it. So that gives you flexibility and time to evaluate where Dak Prescott is. And also, too, there's two different tags you can use. I think you could actually use the other tag with them as well. I'm not sure on this one, so don't quote me, but because this is the second time. But if it's the non-exclusive tag, nobody else can talk to him. But if you use that, other teams can talk to him and you can get compensation. So it's not like it's breaking news or something, you know, that's earth-shattering or something that we hadn't talked about right here on the channel. From a business standpoint, it makes 100% sense. So I wouldn't expect anything other than a franchise tag for Dak Prescott. Hang on for a second here. Didn't go through. Didn't get the pin right. But I wouldn't expect anything any different for Dak Prescott other than getting franchise tag, because it's the only thing they can do. And I think the Cowboys will want to keep Dak Prescott. I think what you're going to see is, you know, you'll get a window on life without Dak Prescott coming up now. You'll be able to look and say, you know, here we have Andy Dalton, a vested veteran. Let's see how he does with the same weapons. You can see, is there any kind of a drop-off? And if there is, then you know the value of what your quarterback brings. I think that the team is still going to evolve what they're doing and how they do their business, because that, of course, you know, you have to make some adjustments. Now, of course, the Cowboys are saying we're not changing anything, but they are going to be changing some things with Andy Dalton. Let's be clear on that one. So that's what I have for you guys right now. I got to finish. I got to go grab the other computers and stuff. And hang on. I got to grab the other computer and stuff to bring it. Oh no, that's upstairs. I got to go upstairs and get that. Damn. But we're going to be here in 2 hours talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I'll see you there.